Hey, welcome back to Supercharge Fridays. How are you doing? This is 242 weeks of live streaming every single Friday on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. If this is your first time, very, very warm welcome. Happy to have you here. And if we haven't met because it's your first time, how are you doing? My name is Sonal Behel. I am a career strategist and a former HR director. And what does a career strategist do? I help people who are transitioning in their career so that their new career or their new job is even better and more aligned with what they do, what they're good at, their values, and pays better as well. If that is what you're about, consider subscribing, getting into my world. I have newsletters, podcasts, YouTube channel, active on LinkedIn, and I do these Fridays, and I've been doing these Fridays for about over 4.5 years. No kidding. Every Friday since Jan 2020. So welcome, welcome. Good to have you join. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from, particularly if this is your first time and it's a name that I don't recognize. Come in and say hi. Do not be shy. It is Friday. All is good with the world. And if you are a regular, come in and say hi as well. Do not feel shy because you know you don't have to. Tell me how the week has been. Summarize your week for me in one word. How was the week? Let me know as well that you can see me and hear me properly, that everything is working, whether you're on your laptop or you're on a mobile or you're on a tablet. Let me know that it's working properly. Just give me a quick thumbs up or just write, like a thumbs up, audio, video, okay, something like that. Just give me some feedback so that I know it's working. And then let's get started. So, what do I do these live streams? Sometimes I bring in guests. I don't do that so much anymore. I used to bring a lot of guests, but it's a lot of work in addition to everything I do. So I just make it a little bit easier for myself, and I want to continue to show up. So what I do is I show up on these Fridays with perspectives, and it's basically very interactive. So if you've got questions, I got perspectives. I don't always have answers. I don't think anyone has all the answers, but I can definitely share perspectives. I've spent about the better part of 2 decades in recruiting and human resources on 3 continents. So that does give a perspective, right? But that doesn't mean that is the definitive perspective. We can always learn, we can always grow. So that is what I do. And if you've got something on your mind, if you've got questions, this is the place to talk about it. And if you want to go deeper, if you've been following me for a while and you want to go deeper, I highly recommend that you think about what you want and schedule some time with me. Okay, we get together, we go over what are your needs, what are your, where do you want to go, and we see if I can help you get there. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We won't know till we talk, right? So if you want to do that, go to my website, superchargeyourself.com/game plan. All right. All right. What is happening? Thank you for being here, Amit. Shoyudil, Siddharth. Hi, Royston. Nice to see you again. Hey, Kevin. How are things in Texas? Please tell me you're all right and that Francine is far away because I was seeing some scary stuff in the US. And I'm not even talking about the elections. Like the storm, and then there was an earthquake because I have a client in Los Angeles, and we were talking about storms and earthquakes. And I was like, what's missing? Forest fire? Like, all the bad things. So I hope you're safe, wherever you are. And yeah, Kevin, we talked last time. We talked a couple of weeks ago. I'll definitely have you back. Let's chat. I'll definitely have you back, and we want to talk about what's good, what's happening on LinkedIn. Cheers. Here's my tea. Let me take a sip before it gets cold. Lovely, lovely tea. All right. So what are we doing? We hanging out? What's going on? Is there any way I can help? Not really. Things tend to get a bit quiet and then they kind of pick up. Or it might be one of those days where it's still quiet. What is going on? What's good, LinkedIn? Now it's pretty quiet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So if you're hanging out, it's because you've got something on your mind, or you just like my company. Both are good. But you hear so much about how hard the market is right now. You hear so much negativity. So tell me how things are going with you, or if you're not in active job search mode, how are things going with your friends? Like, tell me where you're tuning in from. So let's also find out a little bit more about the geography where you are and how is it going. So yeah, let's start typing. Start typing. Let's see what I can do to help. Hi, Yug. You want to thank me for the videos? I got a very good job because of your videos. Yug, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Tune in. I'm so happy that you, uh, you know, took some courage and got help. It's not always easy to get help. Whether that help looks like a YouTube video, whether that help looks like working with a coach. I'm glad you did it, and congratulations. Good for you. Good for you. You connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear more about what kind of job did you get, right? And yeah, follow your journey. So do connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to learn more about you. So I think if there's not going to be anything else, I'm actually going to sign off because this is probably the quietest Superchat Fridays I have ever been on. Um, unless there's something like a glitch, which can happen, which can happen. Uh, Not really. Hi, thank you for tuning in. Who is this? Tell me your name. Hey, Khalid. Very nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Assalamu alaikum. How is everything? How's it going? Okay, we got questions. Thank you, Bharat. Thank you. I'm not the only person who hear about. Yeah, I know, but that's what I want to hear. I want to hear specifics, like which part, where are you, if, which country, and which cities, and what industries, like what's going on. Because sometimes I think the negativity can also get blown out of proportion, right? Hi, Vivek. Thank you for being here. You got into Genpact with a really nice hike, and thanks for your guidance and feedback. Oh, you're welcome, Vivek. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good for you. Happy for you. Well done. Hi, Bharat. Why don't you take the lead and share perspectives from your coaching calls? Hmm. Yeah, because it seems like I'm not getting any opinions as such. But Bharat, I also want to kind of throw the question back to you. What are you hearing from friends, etc.? Right. So while I wait for some responses, it's nothing like I don't necessarily think that there's something new. The age-old things of biases have continued to be there, and they are really strong. So I do hear from people on biases, particularly invisible biases, like on things like age. That's a tricky one. With some clients I have in their 50s, there's certain countries that have a very weird relationship with age. There are these visible biases with things like race and with gender, but you might hear of one example, you might hear of two examples, but then you'll hear from like three people, and then you'll think, wow, there's an ageism problem. So I just want to be careful that we don't blow things out of proportion in that sense. But there's classic knee-jerk reaction that we see from companies, that we continue to see from companies, right? Because layoffs don't make economic sense. No, they don't, right? They're in part created to appease short-term gains, like shareholders and lining their pockets. It's not always the most logical thing to do. In fact, it's so expensive sometimes to lay people off, because then you realize, yeah, we want the right people, and then you want to hire the right people. Guess what? They cost more. So it's pretty nuts, the amount of knee-jerk reactions we're seeing from the time when there was so much overhiring in 2021 and 2022, and that bubble was created. I would say in the tech sector, but not just in the tech sector, because this kind of behavior is contagious. And there's some research by a guy called Jeffrey Pfeffer in Stanford, and he talks about copycat behavior. that happens when companies do layoffs, and so many times we fall victim of that. So we always want to take charge of our own career and have such a nice, positive force, which is friends and family and network around us, that we can tap on their shoulder and get help before we need it. You know, it's about building your roof before, it's about cleaning your roof when the sun is shining. That's it. Building your roof, but cleaning your roof, right? We don't want to, yeah, build the roof when it's a storm and a rain. It's not pleasant, right? So, yeah, in the UAE, currently looking to switch jobs, but it's so competitive here that people with experience are preferred. Yeah, but Royston, you have experience. You're not a newbie. You're not starting from scratch. So hopefully we'll speak soon and understand more about the challenges. Yeah, there are certain markets where there is an influx of talent, right? Where the supply exceeds demand. That does tend to happen, which is why all the more reason you need to find out what are different ways that you can stand out. What are the different ways that you can stand out, right? Hi, Rishabh. How are you doing? Nice to see you. How's everything in Delhi? Ranajoy, nice to see your face again. I'm seeing you a few weeks now. I think you're based in Chicago. I think you're based in the US. I think that's why you're saying good morning. It's afternoon for me. Good morning to you. All right. So you send me a connection request? Okay, good. Hmm. Can I say something to you, Shayudin? Would you be open to some feedback? Tell me. I want to share something with you, but I do not want to share it unsolicited because I think I have a very good example that I can teach others. But obviously, if I don't hear back from you, I'm not going to do it. But um, it's a it's a good learning. It's a good learning for the future. Let me know what you think about that, and I'll share it. And if I don't hear back from you, I'm not going to share it, and I'm most probably not going to accept your connection request for reasons that I'm about to explain. Okay. Hi, SC. Any tips for job seekers to make use of September surge? And do you feel like there is a surge this year? There's always going to be a surge. Always. Anybody who doesn't know what this person is referring to is historically Q4 tends to be a very busy hiring season. So you do want to leverage, you do want to capitalize that period, right? September, but it goes full throttle October, November, December, particularly with the budget season and finance, and they're looking at what are the new positions, when do they want them on board, and if they want them on board on 1st of Jan, then what is the hiring and HR team supposed to do? They're going to start looking for them now, which is why the easiest thing that you can do, it's not always about the hardest thing and the most fancy thing. The easiest thing to do is start spreading the word and start having conversations one day at a time with people who can get you introduced inside your target list of companies. That is the way you can keep things under control. And if you're going to say, yeah, but that sounds like too much work. Yeah, but my mentor says the hard work is the shortcut. Because the opposite of that would be, let me send 500 applications, let me send 2,000 applications. See, if you're not going to do this in a targeted way, then it's like spraying confetti. You don't know where it's going to land. You know what I mean? So I would start talking to those people, because before they even publish the role, that is where you want to go. You want to go and strike when the iron is hot. Because sometimes when they publish the role, it's perfect. Other times when they publish the role, it's too late because they already have internal candidates in mind. And that is such a royal waste of time for everyone. For everyone, right? So, yeah, this is what I would say. I haven't heard from this guy. I don't think you are the gentleman who sent me the connection request. So I don't want to. But I will tell you though, because I'm teasing you, and it's not fair to just say something. Uh no, I missed a few comments. 1 minute. It's not looking very complete here. Khalid said share it. Okay. Uh so you know, LinkedIn has become a little bit different and difficult compared to 3, 4, 5 years ago. Okay. So now you cannot send unlimited connection requests. Those are capped. You cannot send personalized connection requests unlimited. They are also capped on the free plan. So they're getting more and more people to come to the paid plan, yeah, to get the premium subscription, and then you can send more connection requests. I have the premium this year, the premium subscription this year, because I got that LinkedIn top voice. Yay! Was very proud to get that. What they do is they give you a premium subscription as part of the recognition. So I was comparing. If I didn't have the premium subscription, I wouldn't be able to send out a lot of personalized connection requests, which is a pity, right? Because what happens is, if people don't know why you want to connect, then um, and you also have to see who are you sending the request to. If you're sending requests to people who like in my case, I'm not trying to show off or anything, please don't get me wrong here, but I've got like almost 45,000 followers, right? The connection, we all have limits. We have connection limits. You can have unlimited followers, but the number of connections, there is a limit, and I'm noticing that I'm starting to approach the limit. What am I going to do? I'm going to be more careful of invitations that I accept. Now, here, the invite that I was talking about, it said, "Hey, Sonal Behel." Now, who do we ever talk to in any event where we say, Royston D'Souza? Hello, hello, Royston D'Souza, would you like a Coke? Like, who talks like that? It's very nice to meet you, Royston. Am I going to say that? Or am I going to say, uh, this is Royston D'Souza? Yeah, that's great. That's an intro. And then you say, it's very nice to meet you. Royston D'Souza, how are you? That doesn't sound normal. It sounds like a bot. Okay. In this case, this gentleman wrote to me and said, I've sent you a connection. So that is not a bot. That's a real human being. So that's good. Okay. However, we have to be so careful when we're approaching the connection limit. Okay. And if I see someone is saying they're an SEO and YouTube expert and they want to connect, what do you think that usually happens when I say click yes? Usually I get a message. We all get this, right? They'll say, hey, schedule a call with me, and they want to sell something to you. They haven't earned the trust yet. It's too soon. This is a shortcut. But the hard work is a shortcut. What is the hard work is a shortcut? Follow that person for a while. Don't jump the gun and click connect. Not a good thing to do. So this is a good example of what not to do. So I hope you don't feel bad, Mohidun, because this is something that if people don't tell you, it'll take you years to get there. But why not know sooner rather than later what not to do? So it's not always your fault because, like I said, LinkedIn is reducing the outreach. So one way to do this is, if you have a good meeting with someone and saying, hey, I'm going to send you a connection request, and then you can send a blank one. They know it's coming because you have context. I don't think you heard a word I said. Yeah, this is not a good example. And I get so many of them. You'll get also from people who tell you what is wrong, and then they'll tell you how to make it right. Please don't use those examples. So particularly in job search, telling companies what's wrong with them. I don't know if people want to hear that. And he's probably right, though. He's probably 100% right. But if you get 50 or 100 such pitches, it's not going to work. You need another strategy. Okay. So good luck with your business. Okay. And I wish you the best. Recent grads, if your recruitment process takes 2 to 4 weeks, then you're very fortunate. quite a few businesses seem to be sitting on their hands. Expat candidate situation, there's an influx of candidates coming, which is this is exactly what I was saying. 100% get that. 100% get that. And it is putting a downward pressure on spiral. It's not always as the grass is not always greener on the other side. Completely get that. Hey Dan, good morning. Good morning. How are you in California? Hope you're being safe. Hi Tamara, it's so nice to see you. You get these kind of requests, connection requests and pitch slaps, right? Yeah, it's there used to be a time when I would sort of reply to the person and I would educate them. And sometimes there are people that they think you should know them because they have some visibility or credibility. Um, and then there's always like I'm also seeing some kind of weird gaslighting. I don't know, Tamara, if you see that, or like, hey, you didn't reply. What is wrong? Why are you not replying? Don't you want our help? Do you want to stay at this income level? We can help you to get. So there used to be a time when I would tell them, but now I just disconnect. I go to that person's profile and there is something called disconnect from this person. Life is too short to be getting that. Right? Maybe you do this and the bait, some fish will get the bait, but not the way to do. This is not the way to do it. We are detecting that from a mile away. And maybe this could have worked 5 or 10 years ago, but not in 2024. We are so aware. Our radar is so strong. I hope you're doing well, Tamara. Last time we chatted, you were in Costa Rica, I think. You still there? Nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. Risto, good to have you here. Orders from my wife. All right. All right. Fab. So, good luck with everything. Got any more questions? I got a minute left. Hi, Hemant. You're new here. Welcome. Which consultancy do you provide to people? So, Hemant, take a look at my website. Take a look at my LinkedIn, and you'll find all the info. Just in the interest of time, right? That will be the easiest thing to do. Just go to superchargeyourself.com. It's written right below my name. All right. You get all that info. You're back in the US. Hey, Dipesh, good to have you here. I hope to see you next time. Dipesh, quick clarification. Are you in Adelaide, Canberra, or Melbourne? Because I saw 3 different things written in between our message exchange yesterday, as well as your profile location and then the location of the time zone when you schedule that call. I was a bit confused and I was like, oh, those are 3 different cities. Like, how does this work? Is this guy kind of flying in the air and he's a little bit everywhere? The US market is a bit down. Companies are tight-fisted in general and not investing in new ventures and new projects. Yeah, I totally get that. How many jobs should you list on a resume? I have 2 separate sections. Professional experience. Thank you for asking a very good question. I got a minute to go. Previous experience with 2 jobs. It depends, it depends how much experience you have. If you have like 20 plus years experience or 30 years experience, and let's say the first decade and a half is less relevant, I will not be that person to tell you to not list it. Please list it. Okay. However, you can give it less importance. And I would put this like previous experience or early career as a title. And over there, I would write some highlights, but I would keep that part really short. And recency bias, right? Recruiters have a recency bias. They want to know, what have you done most recently? There you share a lot more. And if you have relevance 15 years ago, please do share it. Don't think people don't read. People read that stuff. Okay, cool. All right. Dipesh, you can't be in 3 locations, right? You gotta have 1 location. You can have the openness to be in 3 locations, but you can't be in 3 locations at the same time. So, all right. We'll talk, hopefully, Dipesh, on Monday for our game plan call. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Friday and weekend, and I shall see you at the same time, open office hours next week on Supercharged Fridays. Bye for now.